Welcome back. It is the Buckmaster Show on 1030 The Voice, trusted local news talk. It's time for our monthly Scam Alert segment presented by the Better Business Bureau of Southern Arizona. Miriam Cruz is with us, the marketing director. Miriam, how are you?
I'm doing well, Bill. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great. You had a nice trip up to Halifax, Nova Scotia. It was kind of a North American gathering, I guess, of BBBs, right?
Yeah, it was our yearly gathering of communication professionals where we strategized about, how we're going to communicate all our services and really make an impact. So it was great. The weather was fabulous.
I bet. And I bet the common theme was that scams came up quite a bit during your conversation.
Yeah, they always do. So it's always great to have like a strategy and, resources that we put together to really educate consumers and businesses.
Let's go over some of these common scams that have been targeting small business owners. And right at the top of the list are fake invoices. What's that about?
Right. So when we think of scams, we usually think about consumers. But this time I really wanted to talk about, scams that are targeting small business because we kind of never think about, the small business owner. And the thing that happens with this fake invoice scam is that scammers are looking or hoping that the person that handles the invoicing, handles the payments will really not pay attention to this fake invoice and just pay it out without doing any research. And when they do send these invoices, they're usually for services that you can't kind of like live without, sort of say. So if you have a website and they're saying that they're going to cancel your website or close down your website if you don't pay immediately, a business owner, will likely pay it now and ask questions later. And that's kind of how they get them. They send this fake invoice, they hope that they pay it, and then it's actually bogus and they don't really have a contract or they really didn't order anything.
Or it could be somebody like your office cleaning service saying you've not paid, so we're going to stop cleaning your office.
Right.
And if you've got a small business, that's a big deal.
Exactly. So, but take some time, look at, those invoices to make sure that they're for actual services or products that you've ordered.
Speaking of products, and I suppose... Well, I know that every small business needs office supplies, but sometimes you may be getting some things that you didn't order.
Exactly. So sometimes, we get those calls of a salesperson offering, new products and saying, hey, let me send you a free catalog of our products and maybe even a sample item. And, you say yes because you're always looking for, ways to save money or try new products. Well, the surprise is that usually a box ends up in your front door, products that you did not order. And then you get this call from the company saying, hey, please pay us for the products that we sent you. And you're like, wait a minute, I have the recorded call and I never agreed to these products. And they're saying, no, you did agree and now you're liable for the products that we sent you. And just so you know, if this does happen to you, keep in mind that you have the legal right to keep anything that you did not order that happens to show up at your doorstep.
Really?
Yes. So if someone sends you something, a box of stuff and you didn't order for it, guess what? You get to keep it. And the ones that are out of luck are the scammers.
But they're trying to say that you said yes, that they have this recording. What should you do in that case?
Well, usually, exactly, who you talk to. Yeah. And in that case, they, I never ordered it. I'm more than happy to return the items, to you. But just so you know, I know that I have the legal right to keep this, even though I didn't order it. So you're welcome to come and get it. I can, ship it back if you want to cover the shipping costs. But I stand by what you know and trust your staff as well.
Yeah, that kind of brings me to the point when I have scammers call and I know it's a scam and they want me to say it. They'll say, is this Mr. Buckmaster? And I'm very careful before I say the word yes because those things can be recorded. So I've just, that's sort of a little bit off topic, but I'm kind of careful about maybe not saying yes right away.
That's a great example. Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up because it's true. Some of them, they can be used out of context.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So also another scam trying to get you into a listing, right? Whether it be the Yellow Page. They kind of pretend they're from the Yellow Pages or something else like that.
Yeah, a lot of people, well, scammers pretend to be, or they even make up their own directory sometimes. Hey, we have this directory online, and they'll tell you all these stats about they get so many hits and so many people, go to that website to list your business. And sometimes they even offer to list your business for free in this directory. And you're like, yeah, why wouldn't I list it for free? Free stuff is always good.
Yeah. So if you get that kind of a listing, or somebody wants to do the free listing, that's kind of a red flag.
Yeah, I would say yes, free stuff is good, but always do your research. Research the directory, research the company, and make sure that it's not a scam. A quick Google search, with the name of the company will let you know if other businesses have reported that incident.
Here's another one. Somebody calling saying, we're going to turn off your power to your small business unless you pay immediately. So that kind of gets you going.
That's a scary one, because obviously you don't want your
especially
water or
this
electricity.
time of year with the AC going off. Yeah.
So definitely hang up and say, thank you for letting me know. Hang up, look for the legitimate number for the utility company, and make sure to call them to make sure that everything is okay with your business.
And one of the very popular ones now are the government agencies who are doing the imposter scams, whether it be people saying they're from the IRS, or I guess with a small business, they could say they're from the Department of Labor and we've got a problem with your business. I mean, it could be anything, I guess.
It could actually be anything. And like you didn't pay your taxes.
Yes.
You didn't renew your business license. We're going to fine you if you don't pay right away. But the trick here is, if someone is calling and threatening you and kind of making you pay at that time, that's a red flag. Because government agencies will kind of work with you if you do have that kind of problem, so they can work out a payment plan and all that great stuff.
Here's one I hate, the tech support scam. This can pop up on your computer saying that you've got a problem with your computer security. What do you do in a case like that, Miriam Cruz?
Yeah, definitely make sure that you have virus protection on all your computers, and be careful with the links that you click on. Do not open any email messages, or do not click on any links from emails that people that you don't know, just because once you do that, they can take over your computer and kind of say, hey, if you don't pay this ransom, we're not going to release your computer and your files, and they will delete them, and they will not release them if that happens to be the case. That's why it's very important not to click on those links to start with, so you don't fall victim to the scam.
Sometimes it is hard to get those pop-up messages that come up off your screen. I've actually had to do a hard shutdown sometimes to get that stuff off, and then when I log back in, it's gone, thank goodness. But it's really a nuisance.
Yeah, and that's a really good example. Yeah, if you have any suspicion, or if it freezes for whatever reason, shut it off before the scammers get the chance to kind of ask for money.
And then you've got these online reviews that you've got scammers saying that they can replace negative reviews of your product.
Oh, yes. I'm telling you, they're very creative. Yeah, so they'll say, hey, we can boost your online ratings, by purchasing good reviews or by removing all these negative reviews. But just know that there are guidelines there from the Federal Trade Commission. And what they say is that all reviews must reflect the honest opinions and experiences of the endorser. So
sure.
Don't fall for those scams. Don't pay for positive reviews. I mean, just avoid that altogether and follow ethical business practices.
Let's talk about what you can do to train your employees so they understand that these issues are out there.
So the best thing to do is make them aware of all these scams that they're out there, and that if they ever feel like they might have received a scam through email or a phone call or anything like that, to take a second and let you know, but also talk to other employees, because sometimes they target more than one person in an organization. So if they share that they received this fake invoice or this fake phone call, it is best to share with everyone else so nobody falls for a scam.
So verify certainly all of the invoices and payments, and be very careful about kind of these wire transfers or these reloadable cards, the gift cards, because that's a scam.
Exactly. Usually scammers use gift cards, wire transfers, and lately, if you use Venmo or Zelle, be careful because a lot of scammers will ask for payment that way. And those apps don't have protections because they're not meant to use for merchant processing. Those are meant to be used with your friends and family only. So if you don't send money to anyone you don't know through those apps.
You know, and be a little bit cautious, Miriam, about caller ID.
Yes, because you can scammers can make any number, any name appear on that caller ID. So
And
really
they make
don't trust it.
You know, I've noticed some of these scams, and I'm still, I guess, even though I'm on that federal no-call registry, I get them all the time. Even the number that pops up is a 577. If that is my number, they've got that too. So you think, well, oh, this is somebody like up here in Tucson.
Yeah. And the
And
bad
it turns
thing,
out they're in India or somewhere.
yeah.
So
So
I
the
don't
good
know.
thing about the do not call list is that
Yeah.
it prevents telemarketers from not
Yeah.
reaching you, but scammers don't follow rules.
No,
So.
no. All right. The BBB networking mixer, you've got one coming up, I think, tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night we're going to be at Dave & Buster's from 5 to 7 p.m. It is our monthly networking mixer. This month's sponsor is Ultra Air Conditioning. And thanks to them, this is a no-cost event. So please join us. It is a lot of fun. 60 to 100 people join us every month. And we'll have free game cards at this event. So food, great contacts, and a great time.
And again, the venue.
Dave & Buster's.
All right, from 5 to 7, the networking event this month for the BBB. Miriam Cruz from the BBB, always a pleasure. And again, the website for more information is
BBB.org.
There you go. Easy to remember. Thank you, Miriam. Have a
Thank
great
you.
week.
You too.
All right.